Hello, 5th graders. Today we're going to talk about adding fractions with unlike denominators وهو جمع الكسور مختلفة المقام. First, let's have an example of unlike denominators fractions. Let's say 3/5 plus 2/10. These two denominators are unlike. They are different. They are not equal. The first fraction denominator is 5. The second denominator is 10. Now, the idea of adding unlike denominators fractions is to make the denominators like. We need to change the 5 to 10 or the 10 to 5. Because 10 is a multiple of 5, we can multiply 5 and 3 by 2. So the fraction 3/5 can be multiplied by 2 on the numerator and on the denominator, so we can change 5 to 10. So this becomes like 3 times 2 is 6 out of 10. So 6/10 plus 2/10. And here we go. Now we have like denominators fraction. These two are equal, then they are like denominators. We can simply add the numerators and keep the denominators fixed. So 10 in the denominator, it is fixed. We don't change and we don't add the denominators. We only add the numbers in the numerator. So 6 plus 2 is 8 and the answer is 8/10. We can write this fraction in the simplest form as by dividing by 2 and dividing by 2. It becomes 4/5. 4/5. So 3/5 plus 2/10 is equal to 4/5 in the simplest form, or 8/10 in the not reduced form. We can add these two fractions in a different way. Let's see the other way. 3/5 plus 2/10. Looking at the second fraction, you can notice that 5 can be changed back to 10 and 2 also can be changed to something else. But dividing 10 by 2 would give me 5. This way, we can change this denominator to 5. And 2 is divisible by 2, then we can use the division by the least common divisor to change 2/10 back to 1/5. So this is going to be like divide by 2, divide by 2. It becomes 3/5 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. And the answer simply will be 4/5. Notice that these two fractions became like denominators after dividing 2/10 by 2 on both numerator and denominator. Now we can add the numerators. 3 plus 1 is 4 and keep the denominator fixed, and it's 5. So we get eventually the same answer no matter the way you use to make the denominators like. Okay, let's try another example. Let's say, for example, 4/7 plus 2/3. 4/7 plus 2/3. Looking at the fractions, they are unlike denominators. we need to change them to be like denominators. Is 7 a multiple of 3? Can we change 7 to 3? I guess not. What about 3? Can we change 3 to 7? Of course not. 3 and 7 are prime numbers. They are neither of them is a multiple of the other. So the simplest way and the easiest way to make these two denominators like is to multiply both fractions by the second fraction denominator. It means 4/7 would be multiplied by 3 on both numerator and denominator. Here, the second fraction will be multiplied by 7 on both numerator and denominator. Now, these fractions become 4 times 3 is 12. And the denominator 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 2 times 7 is 14. And the denominator 3 times 7 is also 21. Now these fractions are like denominators. We can simply add them by keeping the denominator fixed and add only the numbers in the numerators. 12 plus 14 is 26 is 26. Now look at this fraction, 26. It's an improper fraction. An improper fraction is a fraction that has the number in the top greater than the number in the bottom. So 26 is greater than 21. The numerator is greater than the denominator. We can make or change this improper fraction into a mixed number. A mixed number is a whole part with a fraction part. So 26 divided by 21, we can use the long division. The answer would be 1 and 5 as a remainder of 21. So the answer is 1 and 5 out of 21. Third example, let's say 7/9 plus 3/6. Okay, let's try this. Is 9 a multiple of 6? No. Is 6 a factor of 9? No. So we can't change 6 to 9 or 9 to 6. So we will use multiplication by the other fraction denominator on both fractions. 7/9 will be multiplied by 6 on both numerator and denominator, and 3/6 will be multiplied by 9 on both numerator and denominator. Now 7 times 6 is 42. Out of 6 times 9 is 54 plus 27 out of 54. We have now like denominators. Add the numerators. 7 plus 2 is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. So 69 out of 54. It's also an improper fraction. The number in the top, in the numerator, is greater than the number in the bottom. So 69 divided by 54 is 1. And the remainder is about 15 out of 54. We're done for today, and thanks for watching this video.